Yo.
Yo,
Welcome to the
yo.
channel. Got my boy Lee here. You guys are tuning in to the One Piece recap for chapter 1185. Anime Intern channel. Intern Hub is a YouTube. Thank you for checking the guys out. So we're going to get right into it. So we are going to talk about, now I sound like a radio host. We're going to talk about this 1185. Everybody's got the conspiracies, Lee.
Yeah.
Is Candale the greatest of all time? Is she confirmed? No, I'm just kidding. Let me stop. Nah, is she the real deal, or is she a celestial dragon baby mama?
Hey, man, it's interesting to put it. Like, you always got to look at where the flashbacks are at, right?
Right.
Because he'll save it for another reason. So it's like we're in this Elbaf arc still, right? We're getting another flashback, and it's like, okay, what was the last flashback for? We were setting the pretense for
Rayleigh being the realest one out there. Was
that
the God Valley
the
flashback?
characters that are in the cat, like we're seeing, like we got the hype after we saw him, right? Like, so it's like, oh, this is why everybody is lit about these people, right? So Brooke has, we go into a Brooke. Is this supposed to make Brooke litter, or is this supposed to? Are we supposed to take a lot of this Princess Shuri stuff at face value? Because, like we were saying earlier, like I still need to find out if this is her actual name. Like, it's a lot of Gunko versus Shuri, right?
Yeah, like literally, and let's go back to the Brooke thing, because we kind of was talking about this off camera, if you will, or however you guys say it, behind the scenes. But I'm gonna jump right into the thing. Like, Brooke is in this flashback. Of any value that I see is that Brooke is really being shown to be this really dope swordsman. Though we had seen that in retrospect, but it's always been like this delayed cut kind of thing. I think the interesting thing is that again, I think we're gonna get into this more big picture, but like the focus on just like his swordplay, his skill, I'm just like, man, I really wish that we could have seen more of him and Zoro have a connection. That's what I get from this flashback. Yeah, now everybody's doing the Candle thing, but I'm like, Brooke is Brooke, like, you know me, is Brooke like gonna unlock? Is he not remembering something? Is he like, I'm like, is Brooke gonna be unlocked? Yeah, because I'm just like, what is Brooke gonna take it up to the next level? So I'm interested in that regard for the flashback. But going back to what you were saying about the Gunko and Shuri, I don't.
No, we can stick with that, because I'm like, I think that feeds to the idea, like, which really, if we think about Elbaf, like, more holistically, it's like, what did we want before we got here? People wanted their Usopp.
I want my Usopp arc.
People want their.
Get right into it.
But really, what I think everybody wanted was like some kind of like jump in the story, not necessarily like the time skip, but like, if that, we need them to kind of catch up, like, to the moment. Like, it's a lot of crazy stuff happening. Yeah. They're dealing with a lot of strong people, and it's like we're getting confirmation that like Robin doesn't even have Conqueror's Haki. Like her her devil fruit's awakening, but like she don't know how to do ornament Haki. Like, it's like that's odd choice. Even, and then maybe you don't say that's odd. Maybe you say, nah, I never thought Robin had that. And I'm like, okay, well, I think she's archaeologist, history. She's been on all these things. That makes sense, but that's fair. But then you think Jinbei doesn't have it? It's like, does that make sense? Like, to that same person, does that make sense? Because I think that makes even less sense. Like, it's experienced fighter. He literally is a master of fishman karate. You telling me fishman karate people don't have to incorporate Haki at any point in time? Like I feel like I find that, and especially if it's just ornament. Like, it's not like we were asking them to see the future. We weren't asking them to have Conqueror's Haki. But I was just like, it was like they can't do a basic ornament like to protect themselves from a slight. I don't want to call. Let me not poop on Summers that much, but an adept devil fruit user. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all it takes. So I'm like, we're in the final saga, and that's all it takes to take down the entire crew. It's kind of like that's kind of spooky. So I like that, but I've always been team before. All right, I'll let you.
No, go ahead. Keep going.
I was like, I just on the side of training arc. I've always been like, yeah, this can be a training arc, but I was always more team. Instead of getting them to sit down and they physically have to do these training regimens, and like what would happen to a Luffy or a Zoro or something, where they actually have to be physically tested to the point that they get some kind of evolution. I was just like, I think mostly what's going to happen with the rest of the crew is like it's going to be like little things that they hear or like it's just real kind of adjustments, and then that's going to take them poof, like it's just going to make them boom explode out of nowhere. Like, and then maybe they get a new gadget to go with it, like something to augment it a little bit, and it's like versus a raw like what I really would want, which would be like like literally how is Usopp not fully adept with, like I would want at least the crew to be fully adept in one direction of hockey. Like I don't expect them all to be have everything, but I'm like Nami should be able to see the future, like right, like like Nami should be able to see the future. Like she has weather patterns, like she's supposed to be reading weather patterns and being the navigator. A navigator can't see the future. Like I'm like I feel like that would be kind of useful.
Nami could have. Let me start right there. Let me jump in right there. So Nami to me could have armament, which I wonder. Now this sounds dumb, but I wonder, does that cloud have armament?
No, I'm with you because we all think like when it goes black.
When it goes black, I'm like, okay, that armament.
And it's
because I'm
like experienced tool from like it's an experienced spirit from like Big Mom, right?
Big Mom, like even like
it easily could have been imbued with armament, like, and even if it doesn't specifically know it's using it, it could be using it, like
Because my thing is,
and also the staff, right? Like the big black staff she has, it feels like that's like is he not putting armament on that? Like
and my thing is like, could you cut the cloud without hockey? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like Big Mom wouldn't create something that.
Well, I mean, it's a devil fruit, so it's like you would have to use hockey to cancel it. Like
to cancel it, so that's why I'm just like, for me, like I don't know, but no, I think she could have observation. I think she could have armament. Depending on Luffy, she could have conquerors. Not kidding, but no, I think I would love for her to have.
I think there's a good argument that we're missing another conqueror user on the team.
Okay. So fair enough. Okay,
that's why I always think
let's keep doing what we're doing.
Yamamoto, but we get kind
of we get
like it's not a real training arc. So like looping back to Brook, I think that's a good. I think that's a realistic like kind of assessment for like he remembers like this is shit he had been kind of trauma forgetting. Yeah, and now he needs to remember it, and then that's gonna make him level up. And then instead of him having to just like do all this, and maybe even bring his personality back up, like he's like, nah, come on, we need to be training and and maybe he's the one maybe he's the spark for it, like. But
and my thing. Okay, so going back to the chapter a little bit, just talking more about the chapter itself because I was cooking right there for a second. So I'm like, my thing is that okay, let's get into the Candle side. We'll kind of slide into like the Candle conspiracy chapter, hogwash that everybody loves to talk about. So my thing is, actually, side note, how the hell does Brook get out of this room alive? Like that's and we're talking about like forgotten ability or something. I'm like, well, sorry, I'm gonna step on my own.
That's a good point because we was kind of
how did you get that room alive?
A while to go. I was like, if we
wait, because your Cybo theory, your Cybo theory
might be out. Like we
I checked.
Oh, yeah, that's why I was just like, we might figure out, but
we might figure out not.
Don't look. All I'm gonna say,
exactly,
is how did Cybo get out?
No, you know what I'm saying. That's your Cybo theory. That
Cybo get out. Like I don't know. Oda loves watching you. He loves drawing somebody walk in the room.
Yeah,
don't like drawing them walk out. They just be out. And you just be
out. All right, go to bed. Cybo clone.
But jokes aside, of course there's gonna be some Gunko. I'm sure he's like, no, Brook, get out of here.
Yeah, Brook, no,
like, get out of here. Like, but I do want to go. The one thing I do want to discuss though is like,
please,
this might be, and this could be slightly negative, right? It could be slightly negative, right? But I'm just like, are we still running with this thinking that these people can't tell that these people are demons? Like, because that's like been kind of the running, like why, like. Because Brook was like confused. Like Brook before this flashback,
you go around
mainly talking about how could you, bitch? You evil little bitch! You killed your own father. You dumb bitch! How did you do that? And it's like then we get in the flashback. She has wings. He didn't. He needed to watch it again, and he needed to watch someone else turn. He needed to watch giants turn.
Yeah.
Like, before he could be like, oh wait, hold on, maybe she was a demon back then too, and that's why she did that thing that she would never do under any other circumstance. And I'm just like, but again, it's just not just Brooke.
Egghead, he's been.
But I'm saying it's not just Brooke though. It's like the same with Rocks. Like that's why we were talking about Whitebeard, a bit before the show started. I'm like, and how they clashed and left, and I'm like, but that's what was Whitebeard's. That was his argument too. He was like, well, if you don't fuck with me, I'm like, you can't tell this dude's a demon. Like that's like no one can tell these people have changed. Like even Harold kind of like they were like, what's wrong with Harold? Like like bro, he's a demon. Like he has wings.
Yeah,
but do we not see the wings? Are we supposed to not be seeing the wings? Like how am I supposed to be interpreting this? That's why I just wanted to like because this is another example of it where it's like Brooke was the main one. Like fuck this bitch. Like she killed her own father. She fucked up her whole life. And I'm like, we're looking at the flashback, and she obviously is possessed by a demon.
And I'm glad you bring it up because I was gonna go back to the memory of Brooke thing too because I'm like, bro, at Egghead when them niggas got summoned, you didn't go like, I felt this hockey before. I've seen this before. I felt this hockey before. You have to have felt
he gave, if I remember, that's why I'm saying we low-key gotta go back to Egghead.
Yeah,
because
we gotta go back to Egghead.
He said something like I remember Brooke, like I remember around the Egghead Wanos. There were people doing a lot of like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. And I think I remember like a lot of, to me for Brooks, I'm like, Brooks is like an experience, he was during Pirate. I mean, sorry, I can't think of his name right now. Roger. He was during Roger's time. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, I'm just like, maybe he's just seen a lot. Like, they kind of let a lot of shit slide. Like, oh, demon motherfuckers. Oh, okay, yeah, they gave it kind of like, I've seen this before. But
yeah, let's look at this though real quick because I'm actually glad you said that. Shout out to Google AI. But no, literally some of the commentary that he had during Egghead, even with the I can't see him quip when facing St. Mars, Brooke playfully dodges the seriousness of the encounter by joking he couldn't see the elder because he had no eyes. I'm like, see, that part confused me because I was like, I remember him never being like taking the moment extra serious. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I'm like, did he I said, is it a trauma forget? Like. I guess we'll find out, But anyway, but moving forward. But like, I'm just like, we talked about this, before we went live too as well. I'm interested to see what exactly Summers meant, or was it foreshadowing? At least to me, it was foreshadowing when Summers kept taking a shot at Gunko in relation to like love and the sacrifice of love, and he had put the pricks around the kids. They started walking. Saul tried to get his hand up.
That's his thing.
I think so, but I'm wondering.
It's not related to this. I'm just saying, but it is like that's just his kink.
His torture mentality.
He did that. For sure. That was his rationale for killing. They gonna kill me.
Robin? No. Rayleigh's wife, right?
I'm trying not to say Rayleigh's wife. I'm like.
Sorry. Sorry, Chad. Don't cancel us.
Shanks? It's like not Shanks, but it's like it's something.
It's like Shanky. Here it is. Shakuyaku. Oh, Shaki.
There we go. Like
Shaki. Yeah, but her real name is Shakuyaku.
But it was rationale for killing Shaki too. He was like, because he was like, oh, it would be crazy for them to fight all the way here, and they get here and they see you dead. Wait, that's when I was Team Summers. Yeah. So I was Team Summers back then. I was like, bro, this is what the story needs. Like,
it needs somebody you genuinely hate.
These black and white, no nuance situations. So give us some raw. But then, like the good guys are always kind of like new. Like the good guys and the people we're fighting for this arc are usually nuanced. Like it's like, I'm killing folks, but I'm doing it because we got genocided and nobody came for us. So it's like, But then the big bad, who is literally the slaveholder, blah blah blah. Let's go through all the list of every list of human rights violation. They've done it all. Like it's but it's like, aren't they that? They're not that bad. Like they're saving people. Like it's like why can't this at least be the black and white part? Like we're still getting like they're still afraid to let me just say fully eliminate celestial dragons. like, you know, from our side. Like,
yeah, I don't get that. We've had, exactly. We've had more like, look, Fingerland was just, you know, saying,
yeah, he's put
then,
more folks in the
like,
dirt
how did that
than anybody from our side.
When Luffy rocked that Celestial Dragon, I'm like, how did he not crack his face? He punched that nigga with all the intent in the world. Like, you know, like, how did he not crack every bone in his face?
And so much he was in the Egghead arc again. Like, and
again, and then they actually had to kill him this time. I was just like, I don't know.
I don't know if they did. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if they did.
Isn't that one Fingerling killed?
No, that was another guy. That was
another one that
helped the fishman lady.
The fishman, yeah.
I don't know if Carlos is dead.
Oh, actually, no. The one that got punched was the one that started the incident. They got the other one killed. Yeah, you're right.
Carlos,
I
don't know if Carlos is dead.
But yeah, so let's jump. Okay, so we've been teasing. Let's jump on your girl Kendall. Chantel, yeah.
That's a good. All of that is a good pretense for like. These people do a lot of weird stuff, and and especially when you get in a flashback, and you like, like, why is he showing us this flashback? Like, why is this going on? Like, and then it's worth noting, like, my main thing with her was before we learned that she quote unquote really loved this dude, like, which I'll choose to believe. I have no reason not to believe this, you know. I was like, well, this woman looks very young with this dude. Like, this don't seem like the type of relationship you go. But she was like, no, I really like this guy. So it's like, oh, and you figure out he's a real cool dude. And you're like, oh, okay, cool. And then, but she looks the same through this entire flashback. Like, we watching kids. You know, she didn't have a baby in between here. Like, you know, like she's still the leader of she was the leader of for a long time of the Knights Guard. Like. This woman still looks the exact same through this entire flashback, and that could just be an older thing, you know. But I feel like he attempts to kind of try to, like when he needs to, like if it's somebody's mama and their daughter, usually the mom will look a little older, like over at some point, like. But we really never get that. Like she looks the same down to when she dies, and when she dies, it's off screen, so it's like. And it's like, again, you know, we were talking like, you know, of course this fog has to be like malicious intent. Like this fog is not natural. Like, like a fog that degrades weaponry and like, you know, this is not a normal and just killing people randomly. Like this is not a normal fog. I had thought it was more like a weapon that the Celestial Dragons had. But you were saying that you had heard some stuff about like them thinking it's related to like the previous owner of Smoker's Fruit.
Yeah, I think. Well, I guess I'll say I think. I agree with the streets, guys. As you will know, that I'm always going always the one that's going to bring the info. From
I mean, I just don't say top 10.
He like to. He's an independent thinker. I'm more of the one that does the streets research, but. No, like I think that it's not that far fetched that's Black the guy on Black Bruce crew. I apologize. I'm saying his name wrong.
Well, no, he does. It wouldn't be him. You're saying that's what I'm saying. If this is if this is somebody with a fruit, then it can be him.
No, I'm saying Black. The dude on Black Bruce crew. What's his name? The one that broke from his. What's his name?
Oh yeah, you're saying it's his dad. My bad.
It's his dad. Yeah. So, but what I want to make sure I'm actually saying his name right. Oh, Shiru. Okay, of the rain.
I always called him of the rain.
So right, exactly. So
Shiru.
So that's why I'm like, I if that's his dad, I think again historically they're associated with the same plant or same people that Smokers was his people. So I'm just saying, if he had that double fruit, I think there's a possibility that could happen. Hold on,
because I kind of want to sit there a little bit. I know we started this Chantel, but I'm like that kind of implies that the Shiryu family is like important then, though. Like,
I mean, because the streets are saying
he was supposed to be a commander chief. Like he just fell out of favor. Like
that's what I'm saying.
That's how he became the jailer of Impel Down. That's still a major feat. Like, so it's like.
I think that he might be because there's also like they've also revealed like not really the former crew of the Celestial Dragons, but there was one that was always missing. So there's been a theory of It could it be Candale? Could it be this one?
Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That's good to know. I didn't know.
Because there's always been one missing that never was shown, and then they also, of course, the theory. Another theory is that is he the man marked by flames? I highly doubt that, but I think it's gonna be somebody else. Rogers.
It's this dude, whoever this person is. They're obviously Celestial Dragon. They're like hella.
Yeah,
they're like
hella they geared up.
Hella Celestial Dragon.
So
they're saying it's the hat. Okay.
Exactly. It's really the fit. Like the fit to me was like what kind of made me feel like that was him. But either way it go, I again, and I want to kind of get into the conspiracies a little bit. Is that I'm just like, was Kendall so one of the theories I have is that Kendall essentially, and guys, we're gonna have a real conversation here about One Piece. Okay, so you come to the right channel for a real conversation. We talked about Kuzma. We talked about the Kuzma arc in the flashback. Unfortunately, the woman that he loved was taken advantage of, sexually assaulted, has a kid. Now Kuma takes responsibility for that kid. My theory, as I've said, is that when the Celestial Dragons came, if I'm correct, Kendall got sick shortly after. We're gonna say that she was pregnant.
Shuri has been alive for a while by that point.
No. When the Celestial Dragons came, because they said it in passing that when they came. But either way, my short theory is that I have two. She was either a spy and she's not dead, or I think she actually did fall in love with this guy. They had their daughter, and she went in as a double agent, and I think that she might have tried to convince that, hey, this island we ain't found the devil fruit, because again, I still think that there is a mystery devil fruit or why this island is so relevant. But I just think whatever she went here for, she got a little turned out, if you will. And that's like they just took her, they killed her. Yeah, they killed her, and then after that, it was just like, all right, babe, what I'm saying, like, let's just go and take this shit, this island over. So I don't know, but I think that I think no, hold on,
you kind of because that would we have a missing special fruit, and it's that arrow fruit.
Yes,
because that's
which we saw when she stabbed.
We kind of always thought that was, at least me personally, I'm not gonna say we. I always thought that was kind of more of a Emu working through her and having an ability to do it, because the Emu shot arrows and shit when they were when we saw that fight over. So it's like, but now it's like, oh no, this is just a separate fruit. If this is just a separate fruit, this fruit could have been on this island. Maybe the royal family was protecting this fruit. And then I'm like, because again, we was talking off before we went live, but how does Brute get out of this room? Elephant in the room. Let's put everything to the side for a second. It's like, how does Brute get out of this room alive?
Yeah.
It's like, well, she cracks, and I'm like, but okay, but like, what would she do to physically save him and stop him from being push him out? But that arrow power, like just forcing the pass, is a very easy way. And then he never knew what happened. Like that's also another power that he can leave, because again, the pretense of this is he didn't know she was a demon. He didn't know why she did it. He has no idea.
Everything happened so quick.
That's the pretense of the flashback going in. So it's like and they didn't understand her power when they saw it in range. Like no one understood what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a very fair assessment. Maybe like, I don't know what happened. I ran in there and then I just got pushed out. Maybe that's where the flashback ends. He's like, I don't know what happened after that. I was like, I swear I heard her say, "Get out of here," and then I was just forced out of the island. And then I woke up on the ship and I've been empowered since. That could easily be how it turns out. But in that, I'm just saying that kind of lines up with your, because again, that's the elephant in the room. It's like, why are they sending a spy to this island, this random magic island with nothing on it, with like all these instruments? So it's like, oh, but a fruit, special fruit. We've heard that before. That makes a lot of sense. That's what, because I think that, and again, I don't want to go too far from the theory, but I think that, because I question the thing too about the arrow thing, because we saw when Mu stabbed Sabo, it was with that arrow fruit. So I'm like, does he have the ability, almost like Blackbeard, to hold multiple devil fruits? And then they're just passing them out.
And then they're just passive, like, is it a passive ability that when I take you over? Well, that's not true too, because Gunko had that.
I said, like we
maybe
long before we made this podcast, I always kind of felt like they were trying to do this thing where Emu's power is the progenitor, like the original, like the, like how the fire is a derivative of the magma. Like there's always the supreme fruit of the line, and it's like, well, if Blackbeard arbitrarily has this ability to steal people's fruit, like that's his whole gimmick. It's like he's, hey, nah, I got you. Like join me, and I'll break you off with something, like And it's like, and he can do that because he can take people's fruits and move them around and shit. Like, and then and he, I guess, in his memory, his encyclopedia memory of all the fruits, like that no one else seemed to want to do. Like that seemed
I'm like all these. It's so many people
just buy a book of the
that don't even know
what the cool fruits are. But which I
never understood that, because I'm like half this verse doesn't even know what devil fruits are still. Like there's genuine people on the farm that has no idea what devil
fruit. You're like, damn, this nigga kind of, he got to be a user because I don't know what the fuck going on. But anyway, but I'm like it. Blackbeard has been, and they have this power nullification. Like darkness has its own, obviously, this realm of just hella side abilities you can pull from. So it's like when you get an emu who is so, like when you take away the devil, the other shit is like darkness. It's shadow. It's just black, whatever. So it's like he easily could be the darkness, and they're the shadow, like, right. And now since they're this prime version of it, maybe they can just hold, like you're saying, just hold a billion fruits. Because that's the other thing we know is Emu is just giving people powers. So it's like, how are you giving people's powers? Is it all through the mark? Is it because we've been around for 900 years and we literally have all the fruits? Like, so it's like, I got we just have a room.
We got them in a collector room full of food.
And we know what they are, and we don't give them out until you pass a certain test. Or is it
looking for certain ones.
A combination? And Emu is the archive of the fruits. So it's like Emu has just absorbed all these powers, and then now it's like, all right, well, you've proven yourself worthy, and now you have, because there still has to be a fruit element because the elders exist. Like the elders are like the cream of the crop. They get both, right? They get the God mark that makes them super strong, and they have a mythical zone. So it's like, is it just the mark, the special mark gives you a mythical zone based off the person you are? And that's just a part of the mark? Or is it like Emu has a way to genuinely give you a devil fruit? Which I kind of more so feel I lean towards. It's like they have a very big devil theme, like, oh, here's a gift and you get this. And it's like, and then we learn about all the gods and the forest gods and all this shit going on. It's like, it's obviously like maybe this power came from this godly place, and it's just been like, I feel like I guess this is kind of off topic, but like if we I feel like the forest god made the devil fruits. Like,
yes, I kind of get that feel too.
A mural breakdown, like
get that
out sooner, right?
A real mural breakdown.
Yeah, a mural breakdown. We're referencing a mural from Elbath, the person's dream or whatever. But there's a reference to like, as a result, the forest god, like basically how I kind of see it, like something happened and then the forest god did XYZ. Like, so it's like, it feels like that is make the devil fruits. And that's supposed to be tied to that person. But I feel like Emu has usurped this ability, like essentially if it was like a room full of trees, right, that had all the original devil fruits, they all just put on these trees, right? Emu, and that was supposed to be something that could be branched out or something, or controlled by the forest god, whatever the case may be. It's Emu, you in the controlling all this and becoming the supreme king and all this stuff. They usurped a few things, and one of the things they usurped is this access to this database of fruits. So they have all the OP fruits that were left. They have. And then all the other fruits that are out in the world are just a result of the people who already had them dying, and or maybe somebody stole one, or like it's like that's why you have so many derivatives out.
Yes,
and all the OP fruits belong to the world government or have been hidden in some kingdom for billions of years. Like that's like you know what I'm saying? Like that's the only reason you get a few Luffy's, Loki, like. because they knew they were like because again, like there's like obviously there feels like there's this period of like the Joy Boy or whoever the hell was supposed to do something. Like they were preparing for like a fight or something that never came. So it's like there's some. It's like the only way to explain why everyone lost terribly. It's over. Everyone's in hiding. The evil people won, but we still had some resources ducked off. Like it's like the Phonagus exists, for example. Like people prepare a little bit, but they couldn't prepare enough. Or something happened abruptly. Like that's like that's what we would have to wait to the last chapter to find out.
But, exactly.
Damn, I went too deep, but I'm like saying.
No, you went deep, but you're good. Yeah,
it feels like Emu has this ability to just bestow powers to people.
Yeah,
and that might be something more related to the darkness fruit itself, like the darkness root, like the element. Right? Like it seems like
I want to lean into desire. We talked about that too before we went live. Like, to me, if the devil fruits, if the point stands that the devil fruits exist because of desires from, let's just say, human beings, like they desire, the dream, so they dreamed that was where the sun god came from. Is that you willed it to life? Is the sun god just the devil fruit? Like whatever. But it seems like everything is so. Two things. I feel like Emu's power is based on desire. So to me, I feel like he, in a way, collected an army, going around giving people into their desires. And I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be surprised if he did some wicked stuff like he did with potentially Candel and his family, of like doing some wicked stuff and feast off people's desires.
Yeah. I mean, as a noble,
but they've also been,
they're still from the Nerona line or whatever.
Right. And then they talk about how Emu is potentially like they've kind of been, some people have been theorizing that he may be a god, like a god slayer. So he defeats the sun god,
he's like a usurper.
He's like a usurper. So I'm like you said, that to me fills in the gap of like your theory of like, is there just like, was this garden of devil fruit, or this land mass of island was of devil fruits, and it was protected by an entity that he defeated. No, you could. I was gonna say he was protected by an entity that was then defeated, and then like you said, now he was able to hoard or get quite a few devil fruits. So yeah, I mean, and because then that to me would kind of lean into the theory that the sea god was like, bro, you didn't. What the fuck? And now the sea god jumps in and says, flood everything, and that's how you get the spread of the devil fruits everywhere. Like,
that's what I was going to say. That's why I'm like, that's why I want to cut you off. Like, go ahead. You going down? I don't want to cut you off. You thinking the same shit, but I'm like, that's what I was going to say. Like, I feel like the sea level rise. Like, I feel like the mother flame destruction messing with the sea is like, not like it's untrue, but it's kind of like a red herring to make you think, oh, the sea level is because of the world government. Oh, that's what it is. But it's like I really think the rise is because of somebody of their like the like you're saying, the god level. Like somebody that's like, oh no, you messed over my people. I'm going to do this to you. And again, because I always go back to like Egghead is a lore arc, for better or worse. It's still, we got a lot of lore, Vegapunk made sure to stress that I don't know which side of the good guys, and we both we basically we both have blood on, like both sides did some kind of messed up stuff. Like for the sake of what they believed in, basically. Like, I would still, of course, argue. I think one side is a bit worse, but it is what it is. But I think one of those is this raising the seafloor, like raising the like.
I absolutely think so too.
Because it was like a means to protecting those cultures, like you know what I mean. Like especially these guys, like these guys are ransackers. Like they run, they live in your church.
Just like
you know what I'm saying. They run in your church, not even like use it for their gods. They run in your church and build a whorehouse in the church.
They take it over.
Like they will they want to disgrace your shit. Like so, it's like, how else are you keeping these people from here? And it's uniquely like people think of the devil fruits as like the pirates kind of thing. Like it's like the chaotic element that lets the kind of gray area motherfuckers to get away with their shit, but it's really the status symbol of the powerful and the nobility. Like
Yeah.
All of these people have fruits or tied to a fruit, or like maybe we do something like a figurine and like a shamrock, sorry. And it's like maybe his fruit is just in his sword. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, like
right,
maybe he doesn't even have
a whole
a
thing
fruit,
that
but he
Oda's never
uses the power
explained.
within an ornament or a weapon or something. So it's like that's how much control they have over the devil fruit. So it's like raising the sea floor that specifically fucks over devil fruit people so that they can't go underwater to sea and steal the stuff that all these old communities. I'm like, that seems more like somebody from the art camp, like I would say, like, and it's like that's what it kind of feels like, this battle between, because the mural also kind of brought in another threat, like with the magma worm or whatever, like because I don't think that's supposed to be Emu. Like I think that's like an era before. Like I think that's supposed to be like, if I'm being honest, like Akianubus. Like I think he's supposed to be like, there's either going to be somebody with, oh, you really didn't have this fruit that you thought was a progenitor, because the progenitor is this magma zone motherfucker, and back to like we were talking about Mercury, and I'm like, he is also now this other very magma based creature with a high durability, like that puts it in a different threat level than a emu, which is more of a, like you're saying, taking over your minds and your desires. I'm leveraging society against itself versus like the immovable object. Like, you just can't destroy me. I'm just a problem that you can't fucking fix. Like no matter what you do. So it's like, though to me it's like this great war, right? Like you got the magma worm, maybe that's like Earth, like this Earth planet side focus, because this story is so focused on the water and the things on top of the earth. We don't really sit and think about the planet itself often.
Because we used to have to talk about the sea gods, like why do they still exist?
Yeah, the
or
sea
like
kings
why
or whatever.
like why and like they play such an important role.
Like this, maybe like this earth kind of focused god. This, I would say Emu is more like a darkness. I'm almost positive it's going to be like the darkness of space. Like, because there's still like this space moon element. Like they put you in the sky and the stars. You're supposed to be looking up a lot. So I'm like, I feel like there's this tapestry that you think of, like the sun, the moon, the stars, the planet, the vegetation, and the water itself. I genuinely feel like those are, like when you think of like that scenario, those are your basic gods of this verse, and they've been. These people, they're on different sides of human conflict, basically. So it's just interesting. We're coming off I guess it's like we're rotating. It's been like kind of rotating pieces, or maybe we've never had everybody fight at once, but it was like darkness kind of won. Maybe darkness beat the land god. So then the sea god was like, fuck you. About time for the sun god to come back.
To fight
the darkness god, right? That's like, it feels like that's the story most of these cultures are telling in some kind of way.
That's why I feel like, to me, I'm like, is Emu building an army? That's why I'm like, why?
That's why Emu, I think, has an army. Like they.
Oh, absolutely.
Like like the Marines and not even just the Celestial Dragons, the Marines itself, and the God Knights are literally just at the beck and call of Emu. So it's like they have a personal army prepared for this inevitable battle. Like that they.
And my thing is, they need these slaves, and I get it that they can service the Celestial Dragon people, but we, just like we talked about before with Saturn, War God building all these bioweapons and Kuzmas. Yeah. And I'm like, and actually, speaking of Kuzma, I'm gonna cut myself off. Actually, when I was rereading the chapter, I forgot that Vegapunk had made a promise to Bonnie that he was gonna be able to bring Kuma back. Which I'm like,
I mean, he did.
And I'm like what? Like I was like, again, this, I guess is we talked a lot before we started this channel, y'all. We all talked a lot of noise about Saturn, but I think I'm gonna say we were the first ones to start pointing out Saturn's incompetence. But yeah, and literally, I'll give you credit for that. You said that off rip, and I was adamant that Oda was not gonna kill nobody. If he ain't kill Kid, I was like, he ain't gonna kill Saturn.
But I'm just like,
but lo and behold, I was wrong. No, I mean, I agree with you. I was the Oda would do it. I'm still waiting for Oda to kill somebody relevant.
That'd be cool. Like that should happen. We should have a major death
because
like Saturn has to die. Like we know everything we know about this verse, everything we know about the organization he works with. Literally every single reason, every flaw, every L the Marines had for the past like 30 years, 60 years. Like,
yeah,
it was like
all
that.
Saturn around
Every
Saturn.
L was, you could directly bring back to Saturn. Like, it wasn't like, it was just like, why does this always happen in your department? It was like, nah, it was like Saturn was like, nah, don't kill that nigga. Oh, nah, kill him. Oh, yeah, go do that. Go do this. And it's like every time it turned into literally them getting blowed up, and now they're just loose element.
The weird thing was the over dramatization of Kuma and Egghead knowing that you can save them. I'll say it right there. I know we got to do our Egghead thing, so I ain't gonna get too far into it.
I mean, yeah.
But
because he didn't really save him. It's because it's the necklace. Like, he just was allowed to. He created like a loophole, basically.
Yeah.
Which was what I kind of was like, man, how is this dude still a hero in most people's eyes? Like, this guy was being called a good guy, like, throughout. That's what I was waiting to flip.
And he has another body. That's another thing I forgot about. He literally, even though he went with his female, he literally has a complete clone.
Yeah, that he used to go to Elbath. Like, that's what.
Yeah, exactly. And then he set up a lab, and then. So
and his head is still floating on the island, by the way. Like,
yeah, exactly. His whole brain is untouched. Like, which is ingrained. But actually, going back to the training arcs, what we were talking about, just to kind of piggyback on that for a second, like, let's talk about the characters. Like, I think that, this has been my whole little rundown. I don't understand, and I guess maybe this is old news, but I'm just like, I feel like at some point they're going to sit fucking Luffy down. Like, whatever happens in this fight, we know this is not the end of the story. We know that at some point, Emu probably realistically is just going to, quote unquote, run out of time. That's how they're going to survive this arc.
Yeah, they have to.
I'm conflicted, though, because we were warned that they're not supposed to be on this island for very long because I think they can lose track of time. Let's just say for shortened purposes, they can lose track of time. But my thing is that when the fuck are y'all going to sit down? Somebody's going to sit down, and not at a fucking party where they're drinking and smoking and doing things. When is somebody going to really sit down and say, hey, bro, there's a reason why we're calling you the Sun God? Luffy has either ignored it or has flat out, like, just straight up just like, I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. I don't give a fuck. And I'm like, you have a Robin who lost everything for this knowledge. And to be so, like, I don't give a fuck is very annoying because I feel like at some point, like you said before, the training arc to me is not going to be Zoro and Brook sitting there clashing and talking sword styles and showing techniques. But Zoro did do that with I'm gonna say his name wrong, Kimono, Momoshiki's stepfather, play dad. Like, he literally did a move based on seeing his other style. So, like you said, that's the type of stuff that I would like to see. Not Nami, for example. Forget all the armament observation hockey stuff. They can put a rainbow up and you can float on it. Like,
yeah, she should get rainbow talk.
Like what? I'm like there should be some cool, like there should be, like you said, there should be, and I said this from the beginning, this is always what I meant. I'm like, I don't think they're gonna have enough time to sit down and X, Y, and Z, but I'm just like, come on, yeah. Like for example, like now I can understand that they don't have, let's just say, for example, Chopper's the forest god. I don't think that they're gonna have enough, time for him to be practicing.
Never talked about, which is funny.
Yeah, no, which is
because we both are like, what does this mean? Like,
and that's so annoying because I just like, bro, I'm so tired of the bullshit. Because again, like you said, like I'm like, wait, are you just gonna Nami or not Nami, or was it they were saying Nami maybe potentially somewhere tied to the what is the
Nami
the rain god. The rain god, the rain god that they just dropped.
Like Zaza, actually.
It's Zaza. So I'm like, so now she's tied to Zaza, and then you got Chopper as a forest god, and then you got, so I'm like, and you got Luffy as a sun god. I'm like,
well, I mean, wouldn't it be Usopp as the forest god?
Usopp?
I mean, he's the one who has plant ammo. That's where he went. He literally is the guy who shoots plants.
But I mean, Chopper's literally slice the nigga and turn them back to normal with a swipe. So that's all.
I mean, but Chopper and Luffy have the same fruit. Like, to me, Chopper's a sun god derivative. They have the same fruit. They're Hito like fruit.
Hito Nami.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Hito Nami. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. That's always been the flip that I always was like, why did he make? There has to be a connection between him and Chopper. Like, there is no reason to make, like, Luffy was the coolest paramecia user you had, right?
Mm-hmm.
And all his boys were paramecia. Like, him, Law, and Kid were all paramecia. Like, they were like the face of paramecia. Like, they were like what made this thing cool. And then he specifically was like, no, you're mythical zone.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, not only are you mythical zone, you're a god. mythical zone. Literally, not a mythical creature. You're a god. Like so, it's like you're a tier above, even in the mythical zone too. And then wait, don't you have the fruit as the other god, dude? Because Son Gecko is Hito no Mi too as well. He's Hito no Mi Buddha, and it's like, oh wait, so not only are they connected between the same fruit, they're both the same god fruit. And it's like, oh okay, that's cool because they're both gods made by humans, right? And then it's like, wait, but Chopper has the same fruit too. So it's like, is that not going to give Chopper some kind of derivative attachment to gods? If we have the only there's three people with the thing, and they all are gods. So I was more so thinking it, he had like a divinity's touch, right? So he's purifying the demons more so than he has to be related specifically to a forest god, because not saying that can't like that's cool, but I was just like, in the what you're saying, because I hear what you're saying. It's like everybody's a god, right? Or
like please don't do that to me.
Everybody's a god
type
or
shit.
a demon, and that's what makes Straw Hats cool. I'm like, to me, that means Usopp is the forest god, because Usopp is the one who has been shooting forest ammo since the training arc. It's like his only training arc is about using the forest to his advantage. Like,
bruh, I'm gonna tell you right now,
he's literally blessed by the forest. Like, right, that's what he blew Gunko ass up with. He pulled out some.
They would have to. They would. I'm not gonna say a specific amount of time, but let's lean into that theory for a second. Yeah. If he was to be the forest god, that it would have to be something that they would either have to go. I'm assuming they would have to go up, from the village, so it was Hell Village, and then it's the sun, whatever they call it. It doesn't
have to be something that is.
Well, let me explain. No. I don't think anything. I think he would need to get. Well, I guess what I'm creating is a story for that to happen. I feel like he would have to get lost in the forest for some reason. Like, for whatever reason, he gets lost in the forest, and I think it's going to be like some, I don't use the word mythical, but like some angelic or mythical like forest. And I think something's going to have to happen there to where like
we start to 2 times already. We had Little Garden.
Oh well, yeah, he did.
That's what I'm saying. He has a history of.
You're right. Of things like that. Yeah,
I think that's all. I don't think he has to.
I'm trained in a forest.
Cool. I'm just saying I don't think it has to be something specifically here. I think they can get like I was describing, like the learn of the pantheon of the gods here, right? And then all we have to do is learn. And later, it's like when he beats Yasop, he's like, man, I ain't really want to tell you because like I really just find your ass in the forest. Like, you know what I'm saying? I fell asleep in the forest. Like or like what you're describing.
You are creating a caveat for Usopp not to be black, and I don't like that.
Oh, no. Better yet. No, I'm saying I'll do you one even better. Better yet.
Yeah.
You were making that's Yasop. Yasop got lost in the forest and then had to live in the forest. And he met the forest bad bitch, and he had a half. And Usopp is a demigod, and that's why he didn't want to ever talk to him, because I don't really want to. It's kind of hard bringing up your origin story because I kind of fucked the god. And he's like, what? And it's like that's why it's and he's not a coward. He's literally a forest spirit, so he's just naturally flighty, like because that's what animals are.
He's like almost like a pacifist.
We don't have to fight. We don't fight. We flee. So we survive to live in the forest. Like that's what the forest lets us do. That's what I'm saying. Like,
man, that would be insanely cool. That would be insanely cool. I haven't heard anybody. You heard it here first. We are the first. Well, look, now he is the first one to say Usopp is the forest guy. I want our credit because I'm gonna be running an ad behind it.
Because I'm like, nah.
But you make a good point though.
And then I'm like, Nami also has weird origins too. So like, we don't know her actual parents, and so I'm like, her being Zaza is cool. That's not something I thought of. I ain't gonna lie, but I'm like, that makes sense. I always just put her in the. I knew she was gonna get some kind of. Oh, your parents were really a celestial dragon. I knew she had something. But I'm like, Zaza would be cool because she's always been naturally gifted blessed out in the open water, so that would be cool. I'm like, what who would be? I still think Nico Robin is somehow connected to Naroma and stuff too. So like, because even if she don't have awakening, it actually even more so now, because I always thought she was black because of ornament, like she awakened and she had ornament in that.
Now you realize it.
But I'm like, if it's literally just shadow.
Man, she's been called a devil all her life.
Literally just a devil. Like that has nothing to do with her flower power. That has something to do with her personal interpretations of her abilities. Like she's putting her own twist to this. I can make my body parts appear wherever I want. Power,
which is
making her a devil.
Let's stay right there for a second though, because just even what we talk about with Emu, and I talked about, I kind of mentioned was like, yeah, you're right. It couldn't be, she can't be three, or he or she can't be three people.
Yeah.
But I'm like, oh, well, maybe you can like have certain body parts that can almost essentially self-operate.
Yeah,
like the what got frozen was like a piece of it. Yeah, like a piece of it.
Well,
because I'm like, nigga, is Robin not doing that? Like, Robin is literally able to control. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
I mean, all of that makes sense to me because the only thing that really stopped me from
who does Robin turn into? Is that a devil in a mist of hell?
Yeah,
no, you have been. Yeah, that's why I'm like, but it feels more real now. I remember when you first
devil. Like, she doesn't say demon. She doesn't, and then like she specifically says devil, just like Naroma uses and stuff. And I was like, in those days, the only reason I was like, maybe it's like a down the line kind of thing, was because I was like, I was Team Emu as a woman. So I just because I felt that I would be more compelling. But now that it's confirmed that this is just a dude, I'm like, he easily could have just had relations with her mother. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's be honest. Like, like let's just be honest. Like, we know how this works.
I don't know, because
we still don't know who her father is.
He's a vessel.
He's hiding who her father is as well. Like, her mother is an explorer,
which is crazy because he usually don't show the mother. So yeah, that's a good point.
That's what I'm saying. And
crocodile,
and the mom has been everywhere. Like, she's a like an explorer,
and she was a baddie.
Exactly,
she was a baddie.
So you know they was somebody was coming. Like, so it's like either Mama was a lesbian, but it's like, wait, but how'd she have you? So it's like, okay, well, so something happened.
Who's your pappy?
Like so again. I mean, I can rock with the idea that the team is split God demon, like really, and that's just the Straw Hats, because it's like you easily go God demon science technology. I guess you want to split it up even.
A UG and fucking Asta on your squad is basically what you're saying.
Well, I mean, because look, you get Luffy's a god, Zoro's a demon. You Sanji, I put him in like the weird technology era. But I'll put him with Cyborg. I'll put him with Frankie with that. Right, so they're both like the science experiment nigga, so they get whatever they need, and then you go, okay, Jinbei's a god, he's related to the sun nigga, and that's where he came from, like the sun pirates and all this shit. He's related, and the fishman related. He's related to the core of the sun beliefs and the Nika shit beliefs for real. And then Robin is a demon, obviously she's a devil, she's a devil. So then you get Usopp, we're saying, if I say, okay, well, Nami's Zaza related, and then Usopp's the Forest God related. They're both, you got guys, like a god element. Yeah. And then we're missing, who am I missing a character? Oh, Chopper would be another god, I guess. So I guess they're god lean. But I'm like, who? They still technically need another member. If they get Loki, he would be Demon Camp. Right.
Wait. Let's do that, because actually,
Yamamoto, I would put her.
Wait. Hold on. I'm glad you said that, because that's one of my that's right. My guys, I wrote down notes. So yeah, that's gonna lead me into my question. I think we're gonna call it here, because we yap this. Of who you want. Again, I apologize if this is a dumb question, but I just want to ask you anyway, just to make you laugh. You got the options are Gunko, Loki, Vivi, Yamamoto, Vegapunk. You get 2 options
to join the crew. Why 2?
To join the crew. Nice. Okay, you want to do one? Just one.
You get one. Actually, the only real question. Like 2.
Okay, then 1
for me. 2 is free.
Okay, then let's go 1.
You know the streets hate me, but I know what my one is. It's Vivi. Because Vivi has secret lore. Like Vivi still got another flip. Be a demon.
Vivi, stop playing on her top.
Hockey. That's what I'm saying. So they need another conquer. So
Vivi got the media covering her. You know how powerful you got to be for the media to be hiding. No, I'm kidding. But so I wrote this down. I love asking him these pointless questions because they're fun.
What's your answer?
I am about to give you
it. Okay.
As soon as my mic stand decided it wanted to still work, I've been moving it back and forth. I didn't mess it up, so I'm gonna hold it. But so let me do this. I'm gonna answer, but I'm gonna say this. I hate the idea. I think it's gonna be Loki. What I think, in the sense that they have already created this small little caveat that Loki can kind of go up and he can maneuver his size. So I was like, okay, y'all walking us right into this Loki gonna join. Because Harjuden also said,
but see, y'all not. I was about to say, y'all not thinking about it that he needs to do that he don't fit on their ship either. like if he was to join, the only reason he would fit on their ship is because he can adjust his size. He's obviously the second commander on Harjun's on Kabira. That's all I okay,
because I was thinking that
Oda would never do that shit. That's what I'm saying. Y'all would be lit. But I'm like,
no, that would be interesting. But Hard Juden definitely. And I'm gonna try to get back in the middle of the camera here. Sorry, folks, but try to fix my mic. But Hard Juden is definitely. Let's just say I'm gonna say this into fruition. He's gonna become the king of the. He's gonna become the king of the Elbath. I believe that everyone loves him. He's his father, real nigga. His mom was a real nigga. Yeah. So I'm like, cool bet. So my world is my I hate older moments are telling me it's gonna be lucky. I'm not gonna lie though. I actually probably would say I'm really probably gonna say Vegapunk, female Vegapunk. I think between him
on Elbath too though. Like that was the whole reason
because they're building an island. Yeah, but
with this God lab that's been there for 900 billion years.
Bro, I know, like, but Frankie would live there too, right? Type shit. Like if somebody asked me like,
and I think they
remember that would not survive.
If that maybe that helps. I think they're doing that for Bonnie, like because Bonnie needs to live somewhere. Like, yeah, so I think Bonnie is going to live with Lilith in the lab.
And I think that the Vegapunk body is going to come with, or I think the opposite. I think the Lily, right? Lily, the Vegapunk woman is going to stay with the crew. I think the Vegapunk real body, that the clone body, I think that's going to stay on Elbath with Bonnie. And that's why I say Vegapunk, because it's kind of he's actually two people, which is weird. But yeah, I'm just like, because to me, I'm like,
I mean, she got to make the body. I guess it depends how fast they get it up and running.
That's crazy because that's literally in my notes. That's why I'm glad you brought that up. Because that again, I go back to the whole you can't stay here too long thing. That's why I was kind of like, okay, who actually gonna stay going to join the crew? But again, I'll just say Vegapunk because I'm like, to me, again, I'm like. That Frankie Vegapunk team up, especially in real time in the story, they are actually still kind of in that lab. They kind of see what's going on. Right? Frankie's not part. Yeah, Frankie's
they out. They left.
Yeah. They left the lab.
Yeah, they're fighting.
It's. Oh, you know they did because I remember
they got attacked at the lab. They got attacked at the.
Oh, lab. Yeah, you're right. So yeah, but my thought was, I'm like, nigga, assuming let's just say for all intents and purposes. Emu runs out of time, whatever, dissipates, everybody's breathing like, oh my God, we got lucky.
Yeah.
Summers is like, F you on the way out, you lucky ass bitch, whatever. Like, that's assuming that's how that ends.
Yeah, I mean,
I just know now. Yeah. And I'm just like, I just think that Frankie and Vegapunk in that lab for any significant given amount of time, I'm like, I can only imagine what the fuck Frankie can do with his body, what he can end up doing to the ship. I'm just like, that's why I think that just overall, like, I think there's going to be a literal, like when I say, again, we say train arc, I think it's going to be a literal technological and educational buff that is going to, like you said, it's going to boom. It's not going to be Zoro and them going tap to tap or Sanji and Brook all of a sudden training together on some kid anime shit. But I think, like you said, like the knowledge that they're going to gain from here, that's almost like that would be crazy to let Lily not, especially as they go further and deeper into this stuff. We don't know what's going to happen next. So that's why I'm like, they need Robin with the books. They got the archaeologists. I mean, I still think Law should have joined the group, but he wasn't one of the options.
That's what I was about to say before you even break down. I'm not arguing. Like you could have argued about VV, you didn't. But I'm being petty. I'm arguing, yo.
No, but we both love VV. We both love VV. That is
like that to me. If we were gonna get Loki, we would have got Law, or Law and Kid's crew would have joined together. Like if we were really thinking logically on the seas. Then you know what I'm saying. Yamamoto would have came with us. We wouldn't even be. Everybody comes. So I'm like, if we were thinking actually logically, we would have a lot more people than we already have. So I'm like, that's why I don't really think about Loki because I'm like, Loki. Imagine that tree, bro. We just spent 40 chapters creating the wings of the Pirate King. Bullshit. Just so that you can throw Loki in here. Like, come on now. Like, that's it. Oda's not doing that. Like, Oda's not doing that. Like, no matter how much y'all think that's sick, I think he'll be a part of the Straw Hat fleet. Because,
I can't wait to see that.
It's Harjin. Harjin is a part of the fleet. So it's like, all he would have to do is join his crew, and he's a part of the fleet. So it's like they can still be together, but I don't think Loki's not even the type of nigga to be on his crew. Especially
No. I completely agree. Yeah,
let me say this. It's not even, I think, impossible. I think even amongst the same story, he could have been convinced. But Luffy has been walking around like a fucking dick rider all arc. So I don't really think Like he's been like, hey, join the crew, hey, don't talk about Shane, that's my best friend. I don't think he's eliciting like, oh my god, because we know what make Loki like, oh, well, this nigga is so sick. Like, oh, I want to follow this nigga. And Luffy is not acting like that. So I'm like, I don't even think like that's why we can have these gag moments of him being like join the crew, because it's like I think it's like a joke. It's like obvious Loki would not join this goofy little bubblehead nigga. Like literally him fighting him, and he didn't even respect him. Like it's like, you know what I mean? Like now he respects him, but I don't think he. Whereas Harjun or whatever, like you're saying, if he became king and he was like, hey, I need you to be a pirate. We know he's emotionally invested in doing that. Like he would be like, all right, well, okay, I'll go against whatever the fuck I'm thinking because I owe you a favor. Like versus something like Luffy has none of that leverage on it. Like
I completely agree.
And I'm like, as far as Vegapunk, I'm like, I agree, but I think Frankie will I know I kind of feel like Frankie would just like either stay there and send a robot or go with them and like leave a robot to learn or something. I feel like it's going to be something like that with Frankie. It's like he's going to get some of this like split your body up kind of bullshit. Like with because I'm like,
when I think of Vegapunk,
I again on the same kind of logic with the Loki. I'm like, what you're describing with Frankie. I'm like, he should have got that already. Like that's what I'm saying. If we were going to really do that for real. Like, if we really were going to take the time to lock in and get our technology right together, because I see that you are a nigga and I can get you right. We would have did that at Egghead. Like, they had, like, he was eating, and Frankie was kind of, yo, like, hold up, what is this thing? Like, you know, he was kind of throwing it out. He was one of the few actually trying to get a layup, like, get an assist. He was trying to get an alley, and they was not throwing it. So I'm like,
I question if they have time.
Yeah, but
I still don't know how much time they was. Yeah,
but I mean, even when they pulled up, like it's the same thing we were talking about with the Nika stuff with the Sun God. Like they're talking about it. They're just like not
talking about it. Yeah, no, I agree.
Like it's like they're bringing it up and not following it up.
That's why I like when I reread it and they met up. They ended up seeing the lab together, and Vegapunk was like, "Oh shit!" Like Frankie, did you see this? I was actually looking for you. Like that's why I was like, "Okay, that gives me a little hope that like they're gonna sit down and at some point kind of figure this out." But no, I mean, again, I think just to kind of recap what you just said, I agree with that. I think that Yamamoto obviously is going to pull up with Momonishige.
Well, I mean, he can't come.
Momo.
He's the king.
No. I'm talking about like the final battle type thing. Who's pulling up with who? I think Yamamoto is going to look so fucking badass. Like, she's going to get stronger. She's going to go through her little. Was Ozen art? Like she already did her little traveling around, save people. Now she got some. Low-key kind of strong subordinates too. They lock in. So she building her crew. So I'm like, Momo gonna lock in. I'm pretty sure all he finna be doing is training. So I'm like, you got some down hard, ride for Luffy Samurai. So I'm like, Wano folks gonna be lit. And then hopefully I hope maybe we can end with this or we can end now. But I'm like, I would hope that since they're going to be pulling up with Samurai, and we can get into this discussion of, at some point, are we going to get that late flash of Zoro's like kind of piece together backstory, if you will, because I'm like you said, I did agree with you yesterday when we were talking with the crew about it. It was like, I just think it's not like I think we might get that much later, and I'm like, because I think it might reveal some stuff that whatever. But I'm like, that just as I was thinking about who pulls up for Luffy, I'm like, well, who is Yamato and Momo's crew? Like I'm like, it's got to be some lit ass samurai, right? Like they got a court guard, if you will. But then like, who's gonna be under the court guard?
There's not too many left. So
it's not too many left. So that's why I'm like, I don't know,
like under pretenses of like training the next generation or something. Like we know Monoshiki gonna get like that's really all their thoughts. It's like if we can make Monoshiki's a grown nigga.
Can you imagine a dragon and fucking Loki in the sky pulling up on a final battle?
The dragon. I'm like, they're trying to get him a swordsman. Like he's Ozen. Like that's what I'm saying. That's what I forget. That's what people forget. Like he's supposed to be. That's what I'm saying. That is that's what I'm saying. That's what like take that. That's his
beast form is gonna be insane. That pink.
He's supposed to be Ozen strength, who can then turn into a dragon. Like that is his actual final form. It's like,
I would love to see Yamamoto switch to a
we've
sword.
Never seen before. He's like Kaido, basically. Like
see that's what that. I would love to see Momo look more like Kaido in the sense that he uses that fucking baton. And I would rant in a dream world. I would love. So we know I know. He gonna be a swordsman. But I just I would love to see him more like Kaido and Yamamoto actually be the one with a sword, just because of her grace and her fighting style. That would be so cool. But Yeah, no, man. So yeah, you're right. So Loki is with Harjuden. Vegapunk, I still think it might be Vegapunk. I think Vivi.
I think it's just
I
gonna be
just feel like
somebody we
she's
ain't seen before. Like that's what I
that's
think.
gonna be, and that's gonna piss me off.
And that's gonna piss everybody off. But that's the most
you're right,
actual
because it's like they can't break up the Sanji and Zoro and Jinbei. They already nerfing Jinbei in fucking this arc because they got to get these two wings.